Hey you guys, today's video starts off our next series, which will be breaking down the different command styles seen in Birth by Sleep. I felt like it would have wasted everyone's time if I went through these one by one, since most of the animations don't change all that much, so I'll be grouping them together. The first few videos will focus on each character's unique command styles, and today we are starting off with Ventus. Ventus has 3 command styles that are unique to him. These are Fever Pitch, Cyclone, and Wing Blade. Let's start with Fever Pitch first. Fever Pitch is activated by using attack commands such as Blitz or Strike Raid. Air is pushed out as he changes styles, and the command menu sports a wing on one side and a sparkle on the other. Ven glows green and shards fly up behind him, which looks extremely similar to Sora's Valor form effects. Like I said before, the only thing that really changes with these command styles is the combat. If something else does change, I will make note of it, but I don't want to go through this list of dodge roll hasn't changed, magic isn't changed, and so on, because that would get really boring really fast. Anyways, your attack option changes to Surge, and that's exactly what you do. Most of the attacks will have Ventus dashing towards the enemy with a flurry of attacks. The combo starts with a spinning slash which strikes the enemy twice. Ven will then do a dashing attack towards the enemy, slicing over his head and then slashing horizontally. This actually triggers first if you are far away from the enemy. The last attack of the combo before the finisher is an overhead strike followed up by a rising slash. The combo finisher has Ven charging up energy before dashing forward with multiple strikes. It's hard to really see what he is doing since a flash of light usually accompanies this attack, but it looks like Ven dashes forward doing 3 thrusts before doing a bigger thrust forward to end it. Sometimes when attacking an airborne enemy, you will do this base form attack. The only other attack I've seen that changes is if you are below an enemy. Ven will do a rising spiral attack. A ray of light circles Ven during this attack as well. The finisher for Fever Pitch has Ven charging up as wind spirals around him. He dashes forward, slicing up, down, right, then left. After the last slash, Ven lets the momentum spin him around before he does an upper slash, shooting out 5 rays of light. These shoot forward before disappearing. Moments later, cracks of light can be seen. Shards similar to the shards flying up behind Ven appear from the cracks of light. And that's it for Fever Pitch. Let's move on to the next command style. Cyclone is activated by using raid or arrow-based attacks. Like Fever Pitch, air is pushed out as he changes styles. The command menu changes to air effects, and light dances across these effects every few seconds. Air swirls around Ven in this form, and he glows a lighter shade of blue. The same shard effect is seen in this form as well. The attack command changes to Storm. The combo starts with the same attack as Fever Pitch, a spinning slash that strikes the enemy twice. It is slightly different though, as the Cyclone style doesn't show Ven slicing downwards on the second slash, but rather keeps the slices the same during the spin. The second attack is a strike rate attack that shows air spinning around it. A cool little detail is that we can see Ven guiding it back behind himself before grabbing it. This strike rate attack will trigger first if you are a certain distance away from the enemy. The last attack before the combo finisher is similar to the spinning slash at the beginning, but Ven turns slightly to make it diagonal slashes rather than horizontal ones. There is also this rising attack, which is just the rising version of the first attack in the combo. The combo finisher has air bursting up around Ven as he does a slash and then throws the keyblade outwards, guiding it with his hand. This attack looks incredibly similar to the circle rate attack from Dream Drop Distance. The finisher for Cyclone has Ven circling up into the air and charging up before he dashes forward with an air effect surrounding him. Ven spins around, damaging enemies that he dashes at. Here it actually looks really similar to Ven's Wayward Wind keychain. Let's move on to the last command style. Wing Blade is activated by using magnet-based commands as well as edge and reprisal commands. Like the previous 2 styles, air is pushed out as he changes. The command menu shows one of the blades as well as 3 different kinds of wings. The logo glows and some sparkles can be seen, and orbs of light fly around the logo as well. The attack command changes to Storm. Wing Blade is a very different kind of style. Ven no longer holds his keyblade and instead has substituted it for 3 ethereal looking blades on each side of him. On the bottom of each blade is a blue sparkle. Ven also glows a whitish blue and has sparkles around him. These blades seem extremely similar to the blades of light used by Master Ericus in Sora's ultimate form. These blades also move with Ven as he jumps, glides, and even as he hangs from ledges. If you guard, Ven will grab one of the blades and bring it in front of himself. It seems like a bug, but if you dash in the air, Sora will move one of the blades to his hand, and if you continue moving afterwards, you can keep the blade in your hand. Anyways, let's move to the combo. The first attack has Ven grabbing 2 blades and doing upward slashes, followed by horizontal slashes before doing a downwards crossing slash. The next attack has Ven grabbing 2 more blades and throwing them forwards at enemies. The last attack has Ven twisting as he moves forward and spins the blades with his hands. This looks really familiar to this attack in final form. The combo finisher has Ven dashing forward with the 6 blades spinning around him, as well as these 3 things which could be air or light effects. At the end of the dash, Ven jumps upwards, spinning as he climbs into the air. The blades move in around Ven and disappear. At the height of his jump, Ven summons a blade to his hand and does a flipping downward strike. The blades of light form an arc that moves downward, stacking up. The finisher for Wing Blade has Ven spinning up into the air as the blades face downwards around him. The blades then appear above him, still facing downwards as air swirls around him. Ven charges up and then sends the blades down into the ground as Ven twists in the air before he slams down as well. A summon circle appears and the blades of light glow before light whites out the screen. And I think that is it for Ven's unique command styles. These were incredibly interesting, and there were a lot of details that I definitely missed while playing this game casually. I hope you guys saw some things you hadn't seen before, and hopefully I didn't say sword during this breakdown, because usually when I'm talking about breakdowns or combat, I'm always saying like sword does this and sword does that, so hopefully I didn't mess up while I was saying this, because I definitely had to stop and re-record some things a couple times. Hey you guys, today we are looking at Aqua's unique command styles. This will be a little bit different than the previous two command style breakdowns since Aqua is playable in multiple titles. Aqua has 3 command styles: Spellweaver, Ghost Drive, and Wayfinder. Let's talk about Spellweaver first. This command style is seen in Birth by Sleep, 0.2 of Fragmentary Passage, and Kingdom Hearts 3. In Birth by Sleep, it is triggered by using a blend of magic commands, but in 0.2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, you can trigger this command style by just filling up the situation meter. The transformation into this shows orbs of magic surrounding and moving in around Aqua before rays of light, as well as an orb are pushed out. This actually happens for all of Aqua's style changes, so I won't point this out for the other command styles. In Birth by Sleep, the command menu shows a ribbon behind the logo and stars shine around the logo. Sparkles also appear occasionally as well. In 0.2 and 3, lines of orbs can be seen in the background which show light traveling along them every so often. In Birth by Sleep, Aqua glows a bluish-white color and sparkles can be seen around her. In 0.2 and 3, a purplish-blue aura can be seen around her. The combo is the same throughout the game, so I will just break down the Kingdom Hearts 3 version of the attack since it looks the best. There are 3 normal attacks and a combo finisher. The attacks in this combo show her controlling the Keyblade telekinetically, guiding it with her hand. The first attack Aqua does is an upward strike with her Keyblade. You can see her hold it behind her back and let it go before guiding it beneath her and up in front of herself. An orb of magic can be seen in the middle of the Keyblade, and 2 sets of bluish light can be seen spinning around it as well. The second attack is a dashing attack where Aqua creates a barrier in front of the Keyblade and pushes it forward. The same orb and rays of light can be seen around the Keyblade. This attack triggers first if the enemy is a certain distance away from you. The last attack before the combo finisher is a horizontal slash, which is similar to the vertical attack. The combo finisher shows Aqua raising her hand above her head, causing the Keyblade to spin above her. She then brings her arm down and catches the Keyblade out in front of her before shooting out an orb of magic. This looks similar to the orb at the center of the Keyblade during the normal attacks. A bigger orb appears around the tip of the Keyblade when the orb is shot out. The speed of the combo is actually pretty similar in Birth by Sleep and 0.2, though Kingdom Hearts 3 is slightly faster. The finisher for Spellweaver is slightly different between the games. In Birth by Sleep, the tip of Aqua's Keyblade glows brightly as she spins around. She then raises the Keyblade into the air as she spins on one foot. Rays of light circle up around her and an orb of magic appears on the tip of the Keyblade. At the end of the finisher, Aqua will do a spinning slash as the rays of light expand outwards. 0.2 and 3 have a similar finisher, though there are a couple differences. Instead of Aqua doing a quick spin before raising her Keyblade above her head, the new finisher shows a kind of ice skating dance. Aqua starts off by spinning and spawning an orb of light before crouching extremely low to the ground. A cast of blizzard appears above her, and after a second, Aqua rises out of her crouch while still spinning. She bends backwards while spinning and grabs the Keyblade with both hands before she raises the Keyblade with a single hand and does the splits vertically. She also raises her other hand to hold on to the Keyblade as she holds it above her head. You can see the blizzard cast above her growing larger during this finisher. At the end of the finisher, the camera zooms in as she slices out of her spin. She then raises her Keyblade again, causing the cast of blizzard to spread outwards, creating a giant snowflake above her. The command menu in 0.2 and 3 changes to show spinning snowflakes around the logo. This finisher is actually the light bloom shotlock animation from Birth by Sleep. It's interesting that they merged the finisher and the shotlock together. An interesting mechanic that 0.2 played around with that wasn't in 3 was that the Keyblade glowed while building a situation command. You can see it glowing yellow here, as well as sparkles appearing around it when the situation command is ready. And that is it for Spellweaver. I'm sure it was a little weird to jump between all the different games to piece together everything, so I hope it wasn't too confusing, but the next command styles will be unique to each game, so let's move on. Ghost Drive is the next command style and is activated by using thunder and magnet-based commands. The command menu changes to show quick electric-like strikes that disappear and strike back in. Aqua has a blue aura around herself, and orbs of darkness fly off of her. She also has 2 orbs of light that circle around her in this command style. Ghost Drive actually changes your dodge. You will disappear and reappear with a flash of light. This is also the only command style that I know of that has Combo Master. You can do an entire combo regardless of if your attacks connect with an enemy or not. The first attack has Aqua disappearing and leaving an afterimage behind herself as she reappears and does 2 diagonal slashes upward followed by a slash downward. The next attack has her flipping upside down and doing another 2 diagonal slashes, but finishing with a horizontal slash this time instead of a vertical one. If you stop the combo after this attack, Aqua will spin and flip backwards before she lands on the ground. The last attack before the combo finisher is a simple 2-hit combo, with the first hit being a horizontal slash and the second being a diagonal one. The combo finisher has Aqua jumping up into the air and slashing downwards. It's a little hard to see, but after she appears to slash at enemies, you can see these dark shards appear from the portal. This combo makes it practically impossible to miss an enemy since you teleport straight to them. It also doesn't matter if you miss since you have Combo Master and can just attack again to teleport closer. The finisher for Ghost Drive has Aqua teleporting into the air before doing 9 slashes that all meet at a single point. At the end of the attack, Aqua teleports above the slashes, which explodes in light with a shockwave pushing out. This command style is really interesting as you can see elements of both darkness and light in it. Anyways, let's move on to our last command style. Wayfinder is triggered randomly while fighting with Mickey. It is technically not actually a command style, but a team attack. And this is actually the first time we see the team attack command from Kingdom Hearts 3. You can tell because the situation command is green rather than the orange of a form change, and the HUD has electricity circling the characters. The command menu changes to a swirl of blue and red with stars and a moon shooting out around the logo. Aqua's Wayfinder and Mickey's glove also appear, and a chain connects the W and F in the logo. Both Aqua and Mickey glow with a yellow aura while using this command. The 3 basic attacks Aqua does is a thrusting attack and 2 diagonal slashes, though the second diagonal slash shows her dashing forward while attacking. The combo finisher shows Aqua doing a rising spinning attack before falling to the ground. Mickey teleports and does 2 slashes before teleporting again and dashing at the enemy. Mickey will also do a spinning slash at the end of the combo. The finisher shows Aqua and Mickey appearing back to back as a gold orb appears around them. 3 beams of light shoot out around them, and a pillar of light appears in the middle. Orbs of light that look very similar to Aqua's base combo finisher fly outwards as well as Aqua and Mickey spin around. There are also smaller, colorful orbs of light that float around during the finisher as well. The command menu shows stars spinning around the logo, and after images of the glove and Wayfinder can be seen as well. You can trigger this against the last boss of 0.2, which will trigger a special cutscene showing Aqua using her unique chains to tie up the darkness. You do the same attacks, I think, though it is kind of hard to tell for certain. What I can tell is that there seems to be little to no cooldown for the attacks. The finisher is slightly different as more beams of light appear around them, and the orbs of light spawn target the shadows above you. And that is it for Aqua's command styles. It's really cool to see how Spellweaver's finisher has changed throughout the games. I wonder why they decided to put the Light Bloom Shotlock and the finisher together. I'm also very fascinated by Ghost Drive using both light and darkness in its attacks. Hey you guys, today we are continuing the command style breakdowns with Terra's unique command styles. Terra has 3 command styles that are unique to him. These are Critical Impact, Rock Breaker, and Dark Impulse. Let's start with Critical Impact. This command style is triggered by using physical-based commands like strike commands. The command menu shows an explosion on the side of the logo. Terra glows yellow in this form and energy streams out of him. The attack command changes to Surge. The combo starts with a twisting strike upwards followed by Terra sliding forward and striking diagonally upwards. The combo finisher has Terra flipping into the air and slamming down into the ground with his Keyblade. This creates a small shockwave on the ground. The finisher for Critical Impact shows Terra flipping up and charging energy before striking the ground, creating a shockwave with pretty decent range. And that is it for Critical Impact. Let's move on to the next command style. Rock Breaker is activated by using Edge and Mind commands. The command menu shows breaking rocks behind the logo, and every couple seconds an explosion can be seen. Terra glows a more orangish yellow with this form, and rock effects fly out behind him. A weird glitch I found is that if you get stuck in stop magic, you lose the effects around you, though your Keyblade will still keep the aura. This happens with all forms. The attack command changes to Storm, and this will probably be the last time I point this out since it seems that level 2 attacks are always Surge, and level 3 attacks are always Storm. Anyways, the combo starts with a flipping strike, which is similar to the combo finisher of Critical Impact. All the attacks create rock effects as well, so I won't be pointing that out each time. He then does 2 diagonal strikes upward from each side, which creates cracks in the ground from where he drags his Keyblade along the ground. The combo finisher has Terra doing a quick overhead strike before flipping and striking down into the ground. This shoots a pillar of stone up from the ground, knocking enemies into the air. These attacks in the combo also have a chance to stun the enemy. The finisher for Rock Breaker shows Terra summoning 3 pillars out of the ground and sending them flying towards enemies. The camera stays on Terra, but we can see in the corner that the pillars home in on enemies. And that's it for Rock Breaker. Let's move on to the last command style. Dark Impulse is activated by using Dark and Gravity-based commands. The command menu shows a dark hand appearing behind the logo. It's pretty cool how the logo is created by orbs of darkness. During the style change, a dark orb expands around Terra. This is kinda similar to how Sora goes into anti-form. Terra has a dark aura around him, and orbs of darkness can be seen floating off of him. Tendrils of darkness snake off his left arm and back, and his left hand glows with an orb of lightning. The combo starts with Terra twisting and doing an uppercut with his free hand. All of the attacks that connect with an enemy will spawn an orb of darkness, and enemies will have the same electricity effect as Terra's hand. The next attack has Terra swinging horizontally with his keyblade, followed by another uppercut with his free hand. He then does a spinning diagonal slash that hits enemies twice. The last attack before the combo finisher shows Terra swinging diagonally downwards with his keyblade before he does a horizontal strike with his free hand. He then does a rising slash, letting the momentum spin him in the air before he strikes downwards with his hand. The combo finisher changes the camera to a cinematic view. Terra pulls his free hand back and thrusts it forward, spawning a hand of darkness that grabs at the enemy. It kind of has a Data-like look to it, which is kinda odd. Data cubes can be seen surrounding Terra's hand during this as well. The finisher for Dark Impulse shows a dark orb surrounding Terra as he sinks into a pool of darkness. He then moves towards the enemy and pops out of the ground, grabbing at the enemy with the same Data Darkness hand. Data cubes can be seen around Terra's hand, but also can be seen around the pool of darkness below him as well. This move seems incredibly similar to the move that Dark Riku, Ansem, and Sora's Nightmare use. It's kinda cool to see this move pop up everywhere. And I think that is it for Terra's unique command styles. It seemed a little lacking when compared to Ven's command styles, to be honest, though the Dark Impulse command was pretty interesting. I feel like Terra's combat kinda got the least amount of love when compared to Aqua and Ven's combat. Anyways, that is all I have. Hey you guys, today we will be breaking down the elemental command styles. These command styles are activated by using certain elemental commands. These do not actually really change your combat save for 1 or 2 attacks, but rather lace your attacks with the element. The attacks are not really changed from each character's base combo, so I'll just be pointing out what changes. Firestorm is the first elemental command style we will be breaking down. This is obviously triggered by using anything fire-based. This includes both magic and physical attacks. The command menu changes to show the logo and flames can be seen behind it. The character is covered in flames while in this style, and you can see fire coming off their back while moving. The normal combo has a special attack added to it. The character will do a spinning slash that sends a ring of fire flying forward. It's actually a ray of fire that is moving in a circle as it flies forward. This will go through multiple enemies in front of you. You can also trigger this attack in the air. The combo finisher has the character spawning 2 casts of fire that circle them. You can also see fire being pushed out around the character. The finish command for Firestorm has the character jumping up into the air as fire circles around them. They then charge up into a slash, sending 3 rings of fire towards the ground. These are the same rings spawned during the combo. When the ring hits the ground, 3 separate pillars of flames appear and shoot outwards, spawning a total of 9 pillars. And that's really all there is to this command style. Let's move on to the next one. Diamond Dust can be triggered by using anything blizzard based. The command menu shows snowflakes appearing and disappearing around the logo, and a blast of cold air will go across the logo occasionally as well. The character has an ice effect circling around them, which looks a little similar to how the barrier looks. The special attack in the normal combo is a rising slash that causes an icicle to rise up and hit the enemy. This can be done in both the ground and the air, though it seems like it has a lower chance of triggering with Aqua and Terra. The combo finisher has the character spawning 4 blocks of ice around themselves and spinning them around. The finisher has the character covering the ground below them with ice before 6 icicles shoot out. These are the same ones that are spawned during the combo. The character then spins as the icicles break and shoot outwards. With Terra, you can see the Keyblade having cold air around it as he casts magic. This probably happens for Aqua and Ven as well, we just can't see it. Let's move on to the last command style. Thunderbolt is activated by using thunder-based commands. The command menu changes to show thunderbolts raining down behind the logo. They also flash occasionally. While in this style, the character has sparks appearing around them. The special attack in the combo is a slash that calls down lightning on the enemy. The combo finisher shows the character pulling back before thrusting forward. Lightning arcs outwards from this thrust. The finisher for Thunderbolt shows lightning bursting out from the character as an orb of lightning appears above them. They then raise their Keyblade into the orb, which makes lightning shoot out in all directions. And that is it for the elemental command styles. These were probably my most used styles, and while they are effective, I never really enjoyed using them. I think it's because they didn't really change combat that much. Anyways, I'm pretty active. Hey you guys, today we are breaking down Bladecharge and Sky Climber. These command styles are not locked to an individual character, but rather each command style is only accessible to 2 of the 3 characters. What I mean by this is that Bladecharge can be used by both Terra and Aqua, but Ventus cannot trigger this command style. And Sky Climber is usable by Ventus and Aqua, but Terra can't use it. Anyways, let's talk about Bladecharge first. Bladecharge can be triggered by using fire or blizzard-based commands, as well as strike commands. The command menu changes to show what I believe to be a blade of light behind the logo. I think it actually looks similar to this one that Sora uses in Ultimate form. Light flows behind the logo, and the blade glows occasionally, showing an afterimage that flows back behind the logo. Both Aqua and Terra glow with light, and their keyblades have a blade of light appearing around it. Just like the logo, the blade surrounding the keyblade shimmers occasionally. The combos are slightly different between Terra and Aqua, though they're pretty much the same. When the differences come up, I will point them out. Anyways, the ground combo starts with the character spinning and slashing outwards. This is followed by a 2-hit slash. Terra will do a 2-handed slash twice, spinning the keyblade over his head. Aqua will also do 2 slashes, but will spin with hers instead of holding the keyblade over her head. The combo finisher is a jumping slash. Terra will do a twisting slash as he jumps into the air before slamming his keyblade downwards. Aqua will also do a twisting slash as she jumps into the air, though hers is more of a diagonal jump forwards. Aqua then slashes horizontally as she lands. The air combo is the same as the ground combo except for the combo finisher. Both Terra and Aqua will do a flip before striking downwards. Whenever Terra attacks in the air, the enemy will stagger and fall to the ground, so it's a little difficult to get air combos off with him. The finisher for Bladecharge shows both characters raising their keyblade above their head, causing it to flash as pillars of light appear around it. Light and air also spiral up around the keyblade. They then raise their hand, spinning the keyblade above their head. They then crouch into a jumping slash. Aqua will slash horizontally as she comes down, and Terra will do a double-handed ground smash with this keyblade. And that is it for Bladecharge. Let's move on to Sky Climber. Sky Climber is triggered by using dash or zero gravity commands. The command menu changes to show some kind of air effect or shooting star that shoots a golden ray forward every couple of seconds. Stars can also be seen occasionally behind the logo. Light trails behind the character and air circles around them. While in Sky Climber, you will float above the ground, though if you use the command, you will fall to the ground and use the command. When jumping, Aqua will use her double flight ability to jump higher, while Ventus will just use his high jump ability. If you dash or attack while in the air, you will stay at that height in the air. While you are at that higher level, you will slowly float back down to the ground. Since you are always in the air, you will only do an air combo while attacking. Most of the attacks are just your normal air combos, though the effects around you will change. The only unique attack I noticed was this spinning attack where a ray of light circles the character. The combo finisher shows light bursting out from the character as an orb of light appears around them. This has quite a far reach, as you can see an enemy get hit here. One thing I noticed with Ven is that an orb of light also spawns from the tip of his keyblade, which we don't see with Aqua. The finisher for Sky Climber shows both characters jumping on their keyblade like a skateboard and rushing at the surrounding enemies. The keyblade spawns a yellow ray of light in front of it. This looks extremely similar to the logo and is probably the meaning behind it. At the end of the attack, the character will flip backwards before drilling down towards the ground. An orb of light appears at the end, damaging enemies. The character then flips off the keyblade and catches it. One thing I will say about this finisher is that it can bug out pretty easily. And that is it for these special command styles. Bladecharge is one that I would always trigger in my casual playthroughs, though I've never really used Sky Climber since I didn't really play Mirage Arena casually. It's a really interesting playstyle though, and it was pretty fun to use. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Hey you guys, today we are breaking down Rhythm Mixer and Frozen Fortune. These command styles can be used by all 3 characters. Rhythm Mixer is a command style exclusive to the Final Mix version and is triggered by using Strike, Mine, and Thunder commands. The command menu changes to show pulsing music notes as well as a spinning record. 2 flashing cubes circle around the character, changing from shades of green and blue. The aura around the character also seems to change between green and blue. There is no difference between the ground and air combo. The combo starts with 4 quick thrusts forward with pools of light spawning where the thrusts are. If an attack connects with an enemy, a dark cube will appear with electricity around it. The next attack is a quick horizontal slash followed by 2 diagonal slashes downward. Both these attacks have electricity circling around the character. The next attack is a little different between the characters. Both Terra and Aqua will flip forward, striking at the enemies, while Ventus will turn sideways and twist in the air, slicing at enemies with diagonal strikes. The combo finisher shows the character spinning in place as they spawn 4 black cubes around themselves. You can also see this green ray moving around the character as they spin. After spawning the cubes, the character will raise their keyblade up, causing the cubes to explode. For some reason, the last part of this attack would only happen sometimes. I couldn't tell if it was because I was hitting an input that cancelled the attack, or something else. The finisher for Rhythm Mixer shows the characters spawning 3 pulsing circles around themselves before jumping into the air. A cue appears as they jump into the air. It looks like the character actually disappears since the shadow on the ground goes away and you can see the character becoming transparent before you lose sight of them. Buttons appear over the spawn circles and a large symbol can be seen around them as well. The idea behind this attack is to press the button that has the 3 spinning bars around it. If done correctly, a beam of light will come down on the circle and shoot out a couple giant shockwaves. If you hit the wrong button, a beam of light and shockwave will slowly spawn, though they are not as big as if you hit the correct button. At the end of the finisher, the circles will move closer together and 3 more circles will appear on the outside. This looks similar to other summon circles seen throughout the series. When you press X, the character will dive down into the center, causing a massive explosion. And that is really it for Rhythm Mixer. Let's move on to Frozen Fortune. Frozen Fortune is unique in that it can only be triggered randomly when using ice cream items. The command menu changes to show ice cream on the F and E of the logo. These letters also have a waffle cone texture to make it look like an ice cream cone. The characters glow with a white aura and it looks like confetti falls down around them. The combo for Frozen Fortune really only changes one attack and the combo finisher. The rest of the attacks are from the base combos or elemental command styles. The special attack is a shot from the Keyblade shooting forward an orb. This is pretty good for staying back and dealing damage to an enemy. It actually doesn't need to hit an enemy before you go to the next attack, letting you kind of have a combo master ability with it. If the next attack doesn't connect though, you can't continue the combo. When hitting an enemy while in this style, confetti and ice cream orbs can be seen. The combo finisher shows the character raising their Keyblade as orbs of different colored light circle around them, all meeting above the character with a flash of light. The finisher shows the character raising their Keyblade up as a green orb and a red orb spin around. Orbs of ice cream are spawned all around the character, having different wisps of color covering them. The character then spins as the orbs explode around them. And that is it for all the command styles of Birth by Sleep. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this series. Next series we have coming up is on Riku's links from Dream Drop Distance. I'm really excited to break down all of his combat, and it seems like they have a couple similarities to the command styles, so that'll be interesting to see. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I am pretty active on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter, so be sure to follow the links in the description below to stay updated. If you like this, click the card on screen to watch some of my other command style breakdowns. Subscribe or share this video, and I will see you in the next one.